All right, so welcome to the Thursday edition of Performance Seminar. Tonight we have two performers, and our first performer is going to be Chloe, who's going to announce her name and the piece she'll be playing for us. You want to go ahead? And also,
Hello,
there you
this
go.
is Chloe, and I'll be playing Enchanted Waterfall.
Awesome. So we have that was Chloe performing Enchanted Waterfall by Martha Mier. We have some virtual thumbs up and virtual claps as well. All right, so I am going to start the poll, and then if you have any verbal feedback, you can raise your hand. Right, so you guys should be able to see the poll now. And yeah, Matt, if you want to go ahead.
I think you could work on the articulation of the beginning because of like your fingering kind of messed up there, and then it kind of like spoiled the entire thing. I think it also could be softer and also lighter because of it's meant to be a waterfall, not like some sort of heavy torrent or something where you have to play heavy. You try to keep it like the water spraying out of the waterfall.
All right, awesome. Thank you for that very visual and very specific feedback. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Let's see, poll results are coming in. Does anyone else have any verbal feedback to give? Let me call on one more person. Let's see. How about Alexis?
Good.
Anything you like? Anything that you thought was good or notable, or things that need to be worked on?
I like the song that she picked out. It sounded very nice.
Okay. Alexis likes the song that you picked out. All right, so we have almost everyone. Well, actually, I think we have everyone pretty much. So you haven't filled out the poll yet. I'll give you another 10 seconds to fill it out. Everyone except for Chloe, of course. And then, okay, we have everyone now. Okay, wrapping it up, sharing the results. So on rhythm, you got 1 vote for 3 and 3 votes for 4. Rhythm was pretty good overall. especially with the syncopated eighth notes, like the eighth, then quarter eighth. That was pretty good. That was very clean. But there were a few sections, especially I think the 16th triplet, and then other few sections that I think you kind of got a little hung up on. So that kind of messed with the rhythm a little bit. So I think kind of targeting those areas and making sure to go back through them and work on the rhythm there. Right. In terms of the notes, we have 1 vote for 3 and 3 votes for 4. Yeah, note accuracy was pretty good. I didn't hear too many issues with the notes. So yeah, I'd say that's pretty accurate. Pulse, you got 3 votes for 3 and 1 vote for 4. So that's probably where you need to work on the most was there are a few sections. I think it was more, yeah, like Matt mentioned, probably fingering as well as coordination. So either working through just going back to those sections where you notice that you paused or got hung up, and then just going through that either with the standards matrix or just very slowly with your tools, just so then you can make sure that you can get through those consistently and cleanly, right? And then last part, dynamics, you got 1 vote for 2 and 3 votes for 4. Yeah, so in terms of the dynamics, you chose a good dynamic that fit the character of the piece, but I think having a wider dynamic range and kind of like what Matt mentioned, going maybe a little bit softer. It wasn't, I don't think it was too loud, but I think it can definitely go with a softer dynamic to better express the character of the piece. And I think expanding the dynamic range, especially into the softer end, will really help with that. And then the last part on articulation, you got 1 vote for 2, 1 vote for 3, and 2 votes for 4. And yeah, articulation was pretty good. There are a few fingering issues, so just be careful with that. And as I mentioned earlier in the pulse section, like just making sure that you have all those runs down. And then grace notes, just make sure that the grace notes and some of the, and especially that 16th triplet right there, that was especially a section, that you can play those without interrupting the pulse and that you can articulate those cleanly. All right. Yeah. Okay.